Hello everyone, I'm Zia Mahmood Ahmed. I'm a Syscom certified supply chain professional and an affiliate instructor of Brassi USA. In this video, I will explain what is supply chain management. It is one among most hotly discussed subjects and is on the front stage in trade and industry due to its role in delivering values to the customers worldwide. For understanding its nature, we have to know how it evolved and got so much importance. What are the current trends and future challenges for it? Any discussion on supply chain management would be incomplete without considering the impact of COVID-19 on customer demand in various sectors of economy and its impact on global supply chains. For details, you can check my book, A Practical Handbook of Supply Chain Management, which is available on Amazon and Barnes and Nobles. Let us start with example of running any business. We purchase or procure something from someone and sell or pass on to others either with or without any processing. This process is simple in trading companies and complicated in manufacturing or contracting companies. We are passing on the products to customers or end users and collecting funds from them to pass on to our suppliers. This flow of products and funds can be understood by this diagram. Here we see that products flow from manufacturer to customers or end users and value is added at every step. For example, manufacturer adds value by transforming raw materials into finished products and distributors by bringing them near doorsteps of consumers. Funds go the other way, that is, end users pay to traders who in turn pass on to manufacturers and so on. All these companies or individuals have joined hands for a common commercial objective, which is simply earning a revenue. During this, they directly or indirectly fulfill customer requests and perform activities associated with the flow and transformation of goods and services from the raw material stage through to the end user as well as associated information flows. Manufacturer enjoys a special position as this is the point where products get transformed. So mostly it plays a dominant role, especially the ones with high tech or monopoly items. Going back, as shown in the diagram, sequence starting from raw material and finishing at end user is called supply chain and managing activities along it is called supply chain management. Its core objective is to maintain a balance between demand and supply. The fact that makes it more challenging is that we are handling this in relation with other companies and we have a very limited control on them. Supply chain can be simple in some cases and complicated in other depending upon the size and type of business. Let us see example of a steel rolling mill and an automobile manufacturer. A steel rolling mill has a simple supply chain. It takes beams and billets from steel mills and pass on to their customers after required cutting and bending. Automobile manufacturers get components from a large number of suppliers. Some items like steel sheets have simple supply chains, while batteries and other electronic parts have their own complicated supply chains. Cars and spare parts are sold to the distributors who pass on to showrooms and parts retailers for delivery to end users or customers. Sometimes these end users lease the cars or drive them as taxis, so the supply chains goes on. All the earlier examples make it clear that supply chain management is necessary part of any business. And it helps in keeping a balance between demand and supply and ensuring a smooth and profitable operation for the company by minimizing costs and increasing efficiency. Moving forward, why awareness about it started increasing and it got so much importance in last few decades. If we go back 50 to 60 years in time, we will be astonished to see that it was a completely different world divided into two blocks. Communist bloc led by USSR, and Western or capitalist bloc led by USA. And an era of Cold War was prevailing. There were a lot of travel and trade restrictions between different countries, especially belonging to opposite blocs. Political situation was very tense. Nations were always afraid of breakout of another Cold War, like it happened in Korea War when many countries of the world started hoarding different necessary items, fearing an outbreak of Third World War. Means of communication were weak, and it was very easy for the companies to hide their sources from customers and catch the opportunity. Circumstances started changing fast by the end of 1980s, and an era of Cold War was over after fall of Berlin Wall and fragmentation of USSR in 1991. Trade barriers, embargoes, and travel bans started lifting, and it became easier to trade on a much wider or even global scale. There was a big jump in technological advancements, especially in the field of communication. Internet came like a storm and changed the whole world. Transformation from telex to fax to email and from expensive telephone calls to free video calls came in a very short time. This is now not unusual to see that manufacturers, distributors, and customers are dealing very easily while operating from different countries. With lifting of barriers and better communications, both buyers and sellers started searching the market internationally for better options. This took competition to a global level, and companies started focusing more on finding areas of better proficiencies than others, commonly called a competitive edge. As a result, there was a notable improvement in products, manufacturing techniques, and management techniques. Customers or end users started getting more knowledge about the original sources of item. So the competition shifted focus to delivering the products urgently and efficiently than the competitors. All these factors played their role in increasing awareness about supply chain management, and it started developing as a separate discipline. The earlier misconceptions of mixing it with operations management or limiting it to logistics management were cleared. Now it has become the new way of managing business. Constantly coming new innovations keep on adding new dimensions to it. Many big companies got successful with effective use of supply chain techniques, which motivates others also. In future, the products will cease competing against each other. Rather, it will be supply chains competing against other supply chains. There is an increased thrust for more automation. People want to use latest technology to their benefit, for example, internet or other communication tools. The manufacturers like to sublet part of their manufacturing to vendors. This is commonly called outsourcing, and it helps in reducing need for keeping giant manufacturing plants or bulk manufacturing. Companies are now concerned more in keeping supply chain risks under control as much as possible. Going green. There is an increased awareness for reducing pollution, so companies are trying more to keep an environment friendly operation. Treatment with employees is always coming more in limelight. This is not limited to our home country but also to our suppliers in foreign countries. Like a few years ago, there was a fire in a garment factory in Bangladesh due to improper safety procedures. This rose anger in many countries, and huge Western clients were blamed to offer very low prices to their suppliers, so they were not able to keep proper security standards. Future challenges. People want quick solutions and cannot wait for a long time. Remaining ahead of others will play a decisive role. Efforts will increase for wider market coverage, and customers will be having more knowledge of market and products. Manufacturers will try to eliminate as much as intermediaries as possible and sell directly to end users. Handling outsourcing in a risk-free manner will become one among major challenges. The concept of value chain will start gaining importance. Companies will invest more in knowing the real needs of end users and add more value to their products. We will be forced to get away with traditional approaches up to some extent. Impact of COVID-19 on supply chain management. Once the global pandemic started, many businesses started suffering and there were huge disruptions in supply chains. For example, airlines started shrinking their operation, resulting in much lower volume of air cargo. Restaurants started closing down, different retail stores started curbing the number of customers present anytime in the stores. In short, the market got jolted from one corner to the other. But it helped greatly in discovering the shortcomings or handicaps of our system. Companies started finding alternative solutions very quickly and started increasing their stress to online sales. Many retail giants developed their online apps and motivated their customers to use it more. The trend of online purchasing was increasing before, but this pandemic really accelerated it. Another short-term challenge is shipping and distribution of COVID-19 vaccines all around the world. Effective cold chains are needed. Suggestions are to use whatever available refrigerators for storing COVID vaccines and part ways with luxury food items at least for some time. In essence, this global pandemic increased awareness about supply chain management and motivated companies to design more resilient systems. I hope you have liked my video. If yes, then please subscribe to my channel and share it with your connections. If you want to ask any questions, you can write in the comments or send me an email on the address given in the description. Thank you.